Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel, Chatting with Chops. My name is Karen and I try and make fun and entertaining videos that might teach you something along the way. I am going to try and make what is called Celebration Chocolate Walnut Cookies. I got it out of a Good Housekeeping magazine and it says that these are gluten-free. Of course, I'm going to try and make them vegan as well, which looks like this recipe is going to work out pretty well, but they are gluten-free, which is something that I'm kind of tinkering with as well. So I'm going to bring y'all along the way and see how they turn out. So let's get started. Alright, so the first thing that this recipe has asked us to do is put 3 cups of confectionery sugar, 3/4 of a cup of cocoa powder, and a little bit of salt in a bowl. Which, if you've watched any of my previous bakes, I do not put salt in my recipes unless it's bread. So I've put that together, and now it's telling us to use an electric mixer and beat together eggs and vanilla. So we're going to do that real quick. And since it's a vegan recipe, we will not be using eggs, we will be using applesauce. And I like to buy these little 4-ounce unsweetened applesauces. They're little individual cups people usually stick in children's lunch bags and stuff. But I like to use these because they are just a perfect measurement of 2 eggs. So there's 2 eggs right there that we're going to put in our bowl. Let me get that out. I put my beater on too quickly. So, all right. So let's get all of that out of there. Okay, and then it says we're supposed to put the vanilla. Vanilla, it's asking for 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Okay. Okay, and then we're going to blend that together real quick. Next step in the recipe is to put in your sugar mixture. And again, like I said a minute ago, this is 3 cups of confectionery sugar and 3/4 of a cup of regular cocoa powder. So we're just going to slowly mix that into our applesauce and vanilla mixture. In adding the ingredients to this recipe is we are going to add the walnuts and vegan baking chips, because again, we're making this recipe vegan as well as gluten-free. So you want to get all of your batter off of your mixing paddle. Okay. Now we're going to take a bowl, just make sure we've got, ooh, that's good and thick. Make sure everything is mixed in. As I've said before, these KitchenAid mixers really do a fantastic job, but sometimes you just want to give them a little bit of help. All right, and then we're going to mix in our baking chips. And this bag actually is 1 cup of, exactly 1 cup of walnuts, and that's how much you need. And we needed a 1/2 cup of dark baking chips, which is vegan. So we're going to dump all of that in there, and then we're just going to mix that up. Okay, so we've got all of that mixed up, and now we're going to put this on our cookie sheets. All right. I have not made these cookies before, so I don't know how much they spread. It says to space them out about 2 inches apart. And they look really wet. So, and I usually try to make my cookies a little bit on the smaller side because I like to have more of them. You know that. This batter is very thick, but seems to be extremely wet. So that'll be fun to see how everything turns out. I'm not used to working with cookie dough that is this wet when you're actually putting it on the cookie sheet. So this ought to be kind of interesting. You know, again, I'm taking y'all along for the ride with me. So, and we're currently preheating an oven for 350 degrees And I'm about to put this in. It says to cook them for 12 to 14 minutes. And we will see how they look when they come out. Let me bring these a little bit closer so you can see them. All right, let's see how they bake. Okay guys, I'm not sure about this one. All right, so the recipe says you're supposed to bake them for 12 to 14 minutes, and you're supposed to wait until they puff on the tops and begin to crack. And then you leave them on the cookie sheet for 5 minutes and then slide them over to a cooling rack and let them cool completely. But my concern is that they are not what I thought they were supposed to look like. They are very crispy. I don't know if you can see that really well, but it's almost like they've turned into bark. They're not cookie. So we're going to let them cool the rest of the way and continue baking and see if we can figure something out. And I will bring you back to the end and see if our taste tester likes them. I think we're going to have to call this one a fail. This one was called Celebration Chocolate Walnut Cookies. And I got it out of a Good Housekeeping magazine. It was supposed to be gluten-free, which it is, but I also tried to make it vegan. And the only 2 changes I made were it asked for 2 large eggs, and I used applesauce, which I normally do when a recipe asks for eggs. And then also it asked for half a cup of dark chocolate baking chips, and I used vegan baking chips. But as you can see, something went horribly wrong. This first batch I cooked at the amount that they said to, and it basically made them almost like a crisp. I did have a taste tester, and the taste was okay, but the consistency is pretty bad. So I'm going to definitely call this one a fail. Evidently, this cookie recipe seriously needed the egg. Please join me on future bakes. Again, like I say, we're trying to see if we can make things vegan. None of the recipes that I do for you have I tried before, so it's all kind of an experiment with me too. But again, please like and subscribe and come with me on some future bakes, and I will see you on another bake.